Hello, everyone. This is Juanita, Lifesaver Credit Admin, and also a credit coach, credit consultant, and just all around helping individuals fix their credit and understand the importance of saving, budgeting, and allocating their financial lifestyle, uh, and getting you guys to be headed in the right direction to use your credit as leverage, okay? And what we want to talk about today is a lot of people are disputing and they're getting results back that, they don't agree with, or that they feel like the account that they disputed should have been removed off of their credit report or whatever. But I just want you to know that the e-Oscar system has a lot to do with the results that you get from disputing. So a lot of you may not have heard of the eOscar system. So we're going to talk about what is eOscar and why you should care what eOscar is. So to begin, let's start with, first off, when a credit dispute is verified as accurate, you need to make sure that you challenge those results. And your dispute may not have properly been investigated due to the credit bureau's use of the eOscar system. So this is why it's very important that when you get these results back and they said that an account was verified, or that the whatever you disputed, the reason you disputed, that it had been verified, and so that account remains on your credit report, you want to make sure that you got a proper investigation, okay, and that the credit bureau just didn't use this eOscar system. So let's go over what the eOscar system is. First and foremost, what the eOscar system is. The Oscar, okay, in eOscar stands for Online Solution for Complete and Accurate Reporting. Okay, the eOscar is now basically it's owned by four major credit bureaus. That would be TransUnion, Equifax, Experian, and Innovis. Okay, so with the eOscar system, what happens, you guys, is the eOscar system basically enables consumers reporting agencies to create and to respond to a consumer's credit history dispute automatically without even conducting a real investigation. Okay, now with the eOscar consumer disputes, they are converted into 2-digit or 3-digit codes. Okay, and it eliminates the consumer reporting agency's responsibility to conduct an actual dispute investigation in compliance with the FCRA, which is the Fair Credit Reporting Act. So in other words, what I just said, basically the eOscar system, it enables the consumer reporting agencies to create and to respond to the consumer credit history disputes automatically. So it is an automatic system, okay? And no real investigation is being conducted. All right? So basically, with this eOscar system, the consumer's dispute, your disputes, are basically converted into 2 or 3-digit codes. Okay? And we're going to go over how these 2 or 3-digit codes plays a part in the so-called quote unquote investigation. Okay? Now, it's basically just helping the credit bureau to move these disputes through quicker without really conducting an investigation, without really reading what your dispute is all about. Okay? So, now, what does the eOscar system involve? All right? We already know that it's an automated system and that they break your dispute down into a 2 or 3-digit code. So, this is what is involved in the eOscar system process, this automatic system. Consumer reporting agencies use a form, okay? And this form is called the Consumer Dispute Verification, in short, CDV, okay? To communicate your disputes to the data furnisher. Now, the data furnisher can be original creditors, debt collectors, or any other entity that reports information to your credit profile. The automated version of the form, okay, so there is an actual form, paper form, but then there is an automated version of the form, and it's called the Automated Consumer Dispute Verification, in short, ACDV. Now, the process by which the credit bureaus open an investigation with the original creditor or the furnisher of the information is by transmitting that ACDV form via the eOscar system. So they're just taking your dispute, they're either filling out a form and sending it to your creditor or the collection company or whoever else is reporting information into your credit profiles, and they're sending that over, mailing that over. Or they're using the automated version of the form and they're sending it to the creditor, the collection company, or whomever it is that's reporting this information, and they're transmitting it through this automated system, which is called eOscar. You guys got that? Now, how does this eOscar system work? Well, first and foremost, you as the consumer, the consumer reporting agency, they first receive a dispute letter from you, the consumer. In return, that employee at the consumer reporting agency reads that letter, and then they select a dispute code. We're back to those 2 to 3 digit codes. They select that dispute code from among several specific codes that's offered by that eOscar system. So in other words, when they go to put your dispute in to this eOscar system, it has a certain amount of codes, several different codes that they can select from, okay, to actually send your dispute letter to the creditor, collection agencies, or whomever's reporting this information on you. Now, the ACDV, remember that's the automated part of this, it's transmitted to that data furnisher, and it consists of consumer identifying information. What is that consumer identifying information? It's your name, it's your date of birth, it's your social security, it's your address, it may even be your employer. Okay, so that information is sent along with that 2-digit code. Remember that personal information? We always talk about keeping that personal information updated in the on your credit report. This is a very good reason why you need to make sure that your personal information is updated and that all name variations, old addresses, old employers, uh, places you don't work anymore, and making sure that your social security number is on your report correctly. Okay, because these are the consumer identifying information that they're going to send through that eOscar system with that eOscar code or codes that's summarizing the consumer's dispute, and in some cases a 1 or 2 line narrative to supplement the dispute code. Okay, so they're not sending over your dispute letter to your creditor or the collection agencies that's reporting on your credit report or anybody else that's reporting information on your credit report. They're basically sending over the identifying information along with the 2-digit code through the eOscar system, and maybe, a 1 or 2 line narrative to supplement that dispute code. All right. Now, do you guys think that's fair? No. Why? Because it's problematic. And why is this eOscar system problematic? It's problematic because the consumer credit disputes can be unique and complex. And many dispute letters are accompanied by what? Supporting documents and proof, which is imperative to getting an error corrected. Now, the eOscar system method of investigation, it reduces often detailed credit disputes to a 2 to 3 digit code, which we've talked about, by an overworked, time constricted credit bureau employee. And it's totally in that credit reporting agency's employee's discretion on what code best describes the dispute, right? And this is what's problematic, because your dispute may not be really related to that 2-digit code that they have just attached to your dispute that they're sending over to these creditors and stuff, right? So that's not an investigation, because they haven't probably let the creditor know that you sent in some documentation and some other, paperwork or other, you know, documents that may prove that an account may not be yours, may prove that an amount that's reporting a balance that you owe is reporting on your credit report is actually the balance that you actually owe. Or have never been late and you were able to show proof of that, but yet they didn't send your dispute over. They sent a 2-digit code over. Okay. And maybe a brief narrative of why you were actually disputing, the actual account. So that, you know, that's a problem, right? That is a very, very big problem. So the EOSCAR system code is basically is transmitted to the data furnisher, and the supporting documentation, like I just said, may or may have not ever been sent over and submitted to this creditor. Now, that supporting documentation is crucial to correcting the error, wouldn't you say? And it's often conclusive proof that an error has actually occurred or that is actually reporting on your credit report. And you know what? This practice is a direct violation of the FCRA, the Fair Credit Reporting Act. And no real investigation has ever been conducted. That's the violation, you guys. That's the violation with them using this EOSCAR system. That's the problem, and it's problematic. Now, to make matters worse, out of the numerous possible codes that the credit reporting agencies can use, they end up only using the same 4 codes for nearly 90% of all disputes. The percentage breakdown of commonly used codes kind of look like this, as you see here on the screen. They may use a code that basically is saying that not his or hers. This item does not belong to this person. There's a code for that. Disputes, present, previous account, status history. Okay, so basically you're either disputing the account's previous or past history, okay, of the account. That has a code. Maybe they're sending over that the claims are inaccurate. This is inaccurate information that's reporting on your credit report, and they didn't provide anything else after that, or they didn't, or you, being the consumer disputing this, you may not even have provided the inaccurate information. A lot of times people just say, please verify this account, or this account is inaccurate, but they don't specify the inaccuracy. Okay, so they have a code for that. All right. Dispute amounts. Okay, you're disputing the amount of a balance. You're disputing amount, of maybe the last time a payment was actually made. So they never adjusted the balance that you actually owe. They have a code for that. And then the other one is claims that the account has been closed by the consumer. Okay, so you may look at your credit report and it may have closed by grantor, it may have closed by consumer. Okay, you may have actually been the one who closed the account, but yet your credit file and that account is reporting that the grantor may have closed it. Okay, that's inaccurate reporting, you guys. Now, the results of the EOSCAR system disputes, let's go over these. Now, often the consumers get the results back, right? You get the investigation results back, and it's stating that the account was verified by the creditor without any details of the investigation. You get an investigation report back from the 3 credit bureaus, or the credit bureau that you dispute these things with, the credit reporting agency, and they say, hey, this account was verified. But they have sent you no details on this investigation, none. They send that back. They just say this section here has what accounts was either disputed, verified, or updated, or deleted. And then there's no details to that investigation. As a matter of fact, because in most dispute letters that you're using, you ask for a new copy of your credit report. So that is attached as well. But guess what? There's no information on who was contacted and what information was obtained to verify the account as being accurate. And because of the EOSCAR system, consumers get frustrated with the dispute process, and sometimes you just give up. You don't want to give up. Go back to the first slide when we first started this, and I specifically said that if you get something back that was saying that it was verified, then you need to take it a step further. You need to not give up, and you need to send a method of verification letter. That method of verification letter should state in there and request within that letter that you want to know the details of your investigation. You want to know who these credit bureaus talk to. You want to know the date that they talk to them. You want to know what information or documentation was provided that verified this account. And if they have it, then you want it, a copy of it. You want to be able to dot all your I's and cross all your T's, and you want to make sure that there was a complete investigation. Okay? Because if not, it's a violation of the FCRA, you guys. Okay? So I don't want you to give up. I want you to exercise your rights under the Fair Credit Reporting Act, which is Section 611A, 6, and 7. And you need to request, okay, the credit reporting agencies to give you the method of verification in which they done their investigation. How did you guys come to this conclusion? What did you receive from this creditor, collection agency, or whomever it is that's reporting this information on your file? You want to know, okay? You want to know. Now, we do have a method of verification letter included in our DIY credit repair guide. We also have a method of verification letter that is included in our financially hooked up dispute letter package, which has over 172 letters. Both of those links is down in the description of this video, okay? And if you're looking at this video from our Facebook group, then those links will be above, okay? But however, and wherever you're looking at this from, there are links there so that you can get these. And of course, you know, you can probably pull up a generic method of verification letter on, you can Google it and pull it up online or something like that. But the point here, okay, the point here, you guys, is to make sure that you take your disputing a step further and not just give up, because the credit reporting agencies are not doing thorough investigations. They are sometimes not doing no investigation, because your dispute is just written off as a 2 or a 3-digit code sent to these creditors and collection agencies with a narrative description of your dispute, but not being sent any documentation that you have submitted as proof that the account is reporting inaccurate or should not be reporting on your credit report. So you don't give up. You keep sending letters, and you keep sending letters, and you keep sending letters. And when you exhausted that, then you file a complaint, okay, with the CFPB. You can file complaints with the Federal Trade Commission. You can file complaints with the Better Business Bureau, okay? Make these people know that you are serious about your credit, and that you are paying attention to your credit, and that you are finding things that are wrong on your credit and is reporting inaccurate, or they should not be on your credit report, and you want it either corrected or you want it deleted. Okay? So once again, everybody, I hope that you guys got a little bit of understanding on the disputing process and how the credit reporting agencies is using the eOscar and automated system to actually so-called investigate your disputes when there's no dispute has ever been investigated. So keep that in mind during your disputes, and don't give up because they want you to give up, because they don't want to work and they don't want to do their job. But that's against your rights, okay? It's against your rights. And not only is it against your rights, it's a violation of the FCRA. And until next time, if you like this video, go ahead and give it a thumbs up. Click the like button. If you have not subscribed to my channel, my YouTube channel, go ahead and subscribe so that the next time a new video is put up, you will get a notification. So that means you need to click on that little notification bell. Thanks for watching. And until next time, see you guys later. Bye-bye.